Hi guys, this is Craig Tomler from Social Media Planner. Today I've started with a messy deck. So I wanted to show you a quick tactic that I find is very useful to help structure your social media strategy as you're actually planning it with Social Media Planner. Now, what I've covered in other videos is different ways of using Social Media Planner as a challenge, as a game, as a way to actually help people become more innovative with their social media strategies, and of course, how you use it as an easy and a fast way to design and test effective social media strategies. So today I'd like to show you how you can actually use the layout of the cards to actually shape your strategy a little bit further than just using the cards alone. So I've got a layout here that, for example, is based around an idea crowdsourcing. Now I call this the anchor card, and often when you're creating a social media scenario using Social Media Planner, you'll come up with one definite tool that you absolutely must have as the centerpiece of your social media strategy. I call that the anchor card. Now in this case, the challenge I set myself was to actually come up with a way to crowdsource ideas from people for a new product or policy. So I'm trying to get the community to come up with the ideas that will actually shape how it's developed, whatever type of product it happens or policy it happens to be. So in this case I said, okay, so idea crowdsourcing is the key because that's what we're trying to achieve. So that sits as a center point anchor card in the actual layout. Now on top of that, I have a couple of feeders cards, some ways to get people to the idea crowdsourcing. Now in this case I'm using comments in third-party blogs, and I'm using social networking. Now both of these are areas where there may be pre-established social networking pages that we can go on, or it might involve creating one and helping build an audience for it, in which case we might do some advertising or other things to get people there. But in both cases, the idea of the social networking site and the comments and third-party blogs is to drive them into the crowdsourcing tool. Now from the crowdsourcing tool, we want people to then take their ideas and take the entire process and share it out with people. So the way we're going to do this is with social sharing tools that allow people to bed this back into their websites and into their social networks, and also badges and widgets, which allow people to put a little miniature version of the idea crowdsourcing tool into their website. So in that case, people come in through the social networking and the comments and third-party blogs, they get to the crowdsourcing, they share it out through these tools, and then people can come in through all four of these avenues back into the service to keep it growing. So not only have I come up with the tools I'm going to use for my social media strategy, but the layout helps me describe how they're going to be used. Now think about using that with a senior manager who needs to understand how you're going to use the different tools that you want to use, or using it with a team who don't really understand much social media. On the table you can show them precisely how people flow in and out of the services, and then how people get to it, and where the actual meet, the conversation actually takes place, which is in this case in the idea crowdsourcing platform. So Social Media Planner isn't necessarily just good for coming up with the tools you're going to use. It can also help you shape how you're going to flow people through those different tools to get them to achieve the goal that you've actually set. So next time you're using Social Media Planner, don't only think about the tools you actually pick to use, but also think about how you're going to use them, how people are going to get to your primary tool, if you have one, your anchor platform, and what people are going to take away from it and what they're going to do as a result. And you can lay all that out in a nice little flow on the table, and then take a photograph of it or write it up and turn it not only into what tools you're going to use in your social media strategy, but most of the strategic process that you're going to work through with your audience directly. So that's another tactic on using Social Media Planner. I hope you found it useful, and thanks again for watching. Keep an eye out for more tips and tricks. I'll be trying to share them as regularly as I can. Thank you very much. Bye.